Hey, it's your old pal Slim, and this is 70mm podcast for movie lovers. Just like you, disclaimer at the top of the show, we're not experts, okay? But we do love watching movies. With me each and every episode is my close friend and artist, Danny Haas.
Hello.
And our close friend and spiritual advisor, Proto.
I've got Oscar fever!
Every movie that we cover is connected to a theme for that month, and this time it's 70mm Goes International. We're only choosing movies from the Letterboxd Top 250 International Films list, and you can use the chapters in your podcast app to skip to our main discussion. This week, it was a Patreon vote from 1948 in Vittorio de Sica, Bicycle Thieves. Proto alluded to it in the intro. Everyone has Oscar fever, sweeping the nation. As of recording Thursday, the noms were out. Not the short list, the full list, the long list, the noms. I'll say right at the top of the show, we're not, at least me personally, we're not an Oscar show.
No.
You can listen to The Big Picture.
Oh.
You can listen to ADP.
Okay.
You can listen to, you name it. They're out there.
Throw a dart.
Big White Elephant. You can listen to Sounds of Silvestri. You can listen to Laurie Strode Trap House if you want to get into it.
Yeah,
but
they're covering the Oscars.
We'll briefly just mention maybe one call out from Oscar today. Pro, anything that jumped out at you?
Anything that jumped out? You know, again, I'm not an expert. I'm an insider.
Right.
And so I haven't seen all of these movies.
Yeah.
You know, so it's hard to pick things when you haven't really given everything a fair shake. But you know, looking over this, I think production design, I think Frankenstein's a lock.
You're calling it.
I'm calling it.
Stone cold lock. I need a sound effect for that.
Design.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
I mean, we all saw Frankenstein.
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
see it. Relax. I didn't see it. I'm sorry.
What's going on?
I'm busy.
What's that? You're watching All Quiet on the Western Front from 1902, and you're not watching Frankenstein from The Master? Can we figure this out?
You need to pay attention when the master's working.
I'm trying.
You should feel bad. You should feel really bad.
I'm not going to sit here and praise some Netflix film.
Here we go.
Oh.
You know?
Everyone has to take a side, I guess.
Right? Relax.
All right. So that's Proto Stone Cold Lock. You heard it here first.
It's a good lock. It's easy. It's an easy lock.
I had to look to see what other. I mean, Sinners has 16 noms.
Yeah, that's incredible.
That's what it says on the sheet in front of my desk right here that Dale handed to me.
Incredible.
What do you think the other movie that's in second place for horror that has many noms?
For horror? Is it Weapons?
The Shining?
No.
Oh, you mean overall?
Yeah. What's this has 16. Is there anything that came close that's a horror movie?
That's a horror movie. Silence of the Lambs?
No. I mean, it might have, but it's not.
Hereditary? I have no idea.
I have no idea.
The Exorcist.
Oh, okay.
Freaking.
Which we've covered on the show. Check the backlog, folks.
I apologize. My memory failed me.
Now, you two have seen Begonia.
I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet, Slim.
No, it's on my to-do list.
I predict you'll have a good time.
You watched F1 instead.
I did
chose
watch
F1 over
because I'm
Begonia.
trying to get on the pulse here.
Yeah, you got to pulse it.
By the end of F1, I didn't have a pulse.
Oh, boy.
We'll get into it. I'm just messing around. But I read this little snippet. Stone, 37, is now the youngest woman in history to reach 7 Oscar noms across her career.
Yeah.
Next
Pretty
to
crazy.
Meryl Streep.
Round of
She beat
applause.
Meryl. Meryl was 38 when she did it.
38.
Him as a goat.
It's amazing.
Danny, anything jump out at you from Oscar, this announcement?
I mean, you said it. I'm pretty shocked that F1 got a Best Picture nom. As much as I liked F1, I believe somewhere in the Discord I said it's a great time in the cinema, but it should win any Oscars.
What about like visual effects?
I mean, it's fantastic. I mean, it's wonderful. It's a really stunning film. Do I think the visual effects are better than Way of Water? No,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. So
That's a sickening idea.
it's just interesting, you know. And this is why I don't care about the Oscars.
I was excited to see Delroy Lindo nominated, my boy from Gone in 60 Seconds.
Yeah, Delroy.
And he's doing battle with Sean Penn from One Battle.
Which one was Sean in?
One Battle.
One Battle.
After
Okay,
another.
I haven't seen One Battle.
You're not. You're not a PTA
What?
guy. You're not going to see that.
Am I going to pull the trigger on One Battle?
You're going to pull the trigger on One Battle over Frankenstein?
No, I'll do Frankenstein first. That's a lock.
You have so much work ahead of you. I can't even believe it.
I got a month.
Can
right?
you take off tomorrow and get some of
No.
these? Get some of this done.
I can't.
We'll see what we can do.
I'm locked.
Next month is going to be a big month for 70 millimeter. We have a theme picked out. We did a special little episode that went to patrons, but we will be celebrating Black History Month in February. We're only going to be selecting films made by Black creators, so that means directors, writers, anyone involved in that key process, all across the board. And Danny, you're leading off that month with a giant pick. You shocked the world when you told us this in that episode.
Yeah. You know, Black Panther, arguably the best of the MCU.
Some have said.
I will argue that. And I'm excited for us to finally, someone said Logan was an MCU movie. I don't consider it MCU, but I think this is like our first official foray into the universe of Marvel.
Right. Or you've been excited for this moment to finally get into the MCU.
Yeah, I knew we'd break the seal at some point, and this journey would begin. We've got a long road.
I don't think we're starting a journey, to be clear.
But, hopefully we have another 10 years to get through all these movies. And spread it out.
We had an idea to do the MCU behind the Patreon.
We were never going to do it.
And we talked about, like, what if we just drop an Iron Man episode and then just continue the journey for patrons?
It's too dangerous.
It is too dangerous.
My mental.
Frodo's sanity.
It's like the Chamber of Secrets. You don't want to mess around with that.
Anyway, Black Panther fits in, I think, perfectly with Black History Month. With the cast, the director, so many parts of this film matter.
I will be following Black Panther with Black Dynamite. I said in that episode, one of the funniest movies I've seen, period. Blaxploitation, jokes out the wazoo, Michael Jai White. I'm excited to rewatch it and talk about it on the show. Week 2.
Was there a comic book?
I believe there was.
Okay.
Might have even been written by Michael.
Oh.
Maybe. Also, I screenshot this and I meant to share it, but where is it? Where's our doc here?
Okay. Careful.
That's 4 weeks in a row with movies that start with the letter B as of this week. Wow. Bicycle Thieves, Black Panther, Black Dynamite, and Proto's pick for week 3.
Boys in the Hood. 4 weeks with B. That's getting chills. John Singleton directed 1991. Where were you? I was not in the theater seeing this.
I was not seeing Boys in the Hood in theaters.
And I have never seen it. But I know of it. A young Cuba Gooding Jr., Lawrence Fishburne, Ice Cube, Angela Bassett. Very excited to see this for the first time and talk about it on the show. Cannot wait.
I think I was corrected since we dropped that episode that there is a 4K of Boys in the Hood available.
Damn. Okay.
There is. And it looks like it's under $20.
Hello.
Under $20.
Make moves.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch that. And we will close out the month, maybe celebrating Delroy and obviously Ryan and everyone involved with Sinners. That will be our 4th episode that month. Danny, so we're finally checking that off the list for Danny. Danny has not seen Sinners.
No. That was one of the ones I figured we'd eventually do, you know? So.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great conversation. It could be divisive.
Is it, you think?
Could be divisive.
I've seen Pros Review.
I'm not going to name names.
I've seen Pros Review.
All I can do is bring my opinions.
That's all you can do. That's all you were expected to do.
As long as you don't co-op your opinions.
We do have to point out, too, that we just dropped a Jackass audio commentary on our Patreon. There's been a lot of Jackass, the movie talk from 2002 in our Discord, so we thought it's time to drop a new audio commentary for our interns. Dynamite conversation, the three of us just sitting and watching that movie. So much so that I think we need to continue in person and watch the rest of the Jackass cinematic universe. Proto, what do you think about that?
It's a good idea. Let's be honest. You know, we're out maybe at a fire pit. You come back in, you catch a skid or two. Johnny Knoxville lighting his gooch on fire. Who knows? That's what it's all about.
So that's why we do it.
No less than 2 people pointed out the thumbnail I used for that preview episode of Johnny Knoxville with his feet in the air, his gooch on full display. Dynamite photo.
Yeah, the best is that scene is also explaining what it is.
I still need to get to the bottom of what his pants were that he was wearing. Like, I don't know. What are they? Yeah, they were like cut off Dickies.
Yeah, he was cut off Dickies.
Was that? I feel like he's the only person I've ever seen wear that. Was that like a style? Somewhere?
Cut off Dickies like that? It was probably in the skate scene for sure.
Inspired.
But he wasn't even wearing skate shoes. He was wearing Chucks.
Those are skate shoes?
Are they?
Chuck Taylors?
Have you ever skateboarded in your life?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was the last time you skateboarded?
Well, Slim, I'm in my 40s, okay? I'm not Tony Hawk over here.
It's been a couple decades.
Yeah, relax.
I'm just asking the questions. I've never seen a skateboarder. This is a lot. Remember, we're not experts. I've never seen a skateboarder skate with Converses on. Those big clown Converses that Johnny Knoxville was wearing. That's maybe
what did
it's
he do the rail grinding?
If you're grinding rails in Chucks, then I'm wrong. And I'm sorry. We have to move on. We're rapidly running out of time. I don't think part of you watched anything since we recorded, right?
What?
No, I did watch some movies. Yeah, I watched a movie, Bad Lieutenant.
Oh, that's
for the Hater Club Movie Challenge. Yeah, but before we go any further, I just have to make a statement. I had a conversation.
Get into it.
I had a conversation with the creator of that challenge, Corey, this week, and you know, when I chose to do this challenge, I listened back to the episode and I did a few things that I think, looking back, I regret and probably wasn't the best way to introduce it. One of the things I did is I said I didn't like the name, you know, the Hater Club Movie Challenge, which it is true. I didn't like the name, but that's probably something I could have kept to myself, you know, if we're going to use their challenge. And then also I gave it I said, we're going to call it the lover's journey rather than the name of the challenge itself. And I think, you know, it wasn't my intention to in any way rebrand it or repurpose this challenge. It was more of just like something we would, you know, kind of as a joke to call it. But I don't think it was taken that way. And I can see why. You know, there's a lot of people who have worked on this challenge. You know, Corey put a lot of work into this. Others I know have made lists. And, you know, it means a lot to them. So I could see why somebody would take that and just see that as, you know, not the best. So I just wanted to apologize And going forward, I'm going to just call it the Hater Club Movie Challenge, like it is titled, just so that it gets the recognition that it deserves for all the hard work that people put into it. And that's really it. So, sorry to everybody, if anybody was, hurt by that. It wasn't my intention to in any way, take that and make it something that it wasn't. So, if you want to join in with this, it's the official Hater Club Movie Challenge list on Letterboxd. You can find it under Corey's account. And I think this is my second movie for this challenge. It was the Bad Lieutenant.
Okay. The new one or the old one?
The old one from 1992, Abel Ferrara, starring Harvey Keitel. Slim, have you seen this movie?
Oh, Harvey Keitel?
I feel like I maybe have seen Harvey Keitel's nude body. I'm not sure if it's this movie or another one.
It's nude quite a bit.
His body is very nude in this at different times. And what a performance. He plays a bad cop in New York, and pretty much, the worst. Well, not the worst. You could imagine worse, but he is pretty bad. This guy, he's a gambling addict. He's on drugs. He's stealing. He's getting involved with women, using his power against them. Just all around bad dude.
He's on FanDuel. He's making predictive bets.
What the?
And he but what's cool about this movie is that I watched Marty Supreme. Oh, did I talk about this last week?
Maybe but I was just gonna let it ride.
Okay, yeah, this is a double dip. We'll just talk about it twice because this movie, it's something. And I'm just say it again. If you like the Safdie brothers' work, Marty Supreme, Good Time, Uncut Gems, this is a movie that you should watch just because this is cut from the same cloth. So I gave it 3 stars.
Have you seen King of New York with Christopher Walken?
I have not, but
I'd be interested to see what you thought of that.
Yeah, because that's like the other Abel Ferrara. That's his biggest one, I think, at least his most popular on Letterboxd that I haven't seen. So that is definitely the next one of his that I plan to watch. I have to make time for that.
That's got a crazy cast too. Oh my God.
Yeah. He seems to have always been able to pull in some of those, folks on the fringe. But like nowadays, when you look at it, you realize like, wow, that was a pretty banger cast back then.
Oh yeah.
There's a scene in a subway car. I feel like Christopher Walken makes out with a woman.
Okay,
it's stuck with me over the years.
You do. But I'd actually movies that I did watch this week. I rewatched Batman Forever, and I rewatched.
I forgot about your logs for these
banger logs.
I rewatched The Dark Knight. This was set off because over holiday break I watched The Batman, the new one, the Matt Reeves movie.
Did you log that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that you watched that.
I was watching that while I was working on a puzzle.
That's right.
And then, you just like, you're in the Batman groove. It's just like, hey, let's see, put on Batman Forever and see what happens, let's get a little crazy. So I did. And I had a good time with that movie. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
covered, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead.
No, Proto finish, please.
I was going to say, it makes me wish, there was more Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fantastic. So we have covered those episodes. They're on our Patreon, but I think by the time we covered it, or maybe soon after, I just rewatched Batman Forever every year, and I just love it more and more. I embrace that era of those Batman movies. When I was younger, I was like, ew, I don't like this. I want Tim Burton back. But it's still fun. You'll get another dark and gritty multiple times over when you get older.
There's a sound that Tommy Lee Jones makes when the Batmobile goes up the vertical building, where he's like, ooh, ah! And it's like the most insane sound effect. But I rewound it 5 times to watch that over and over again.
Can we get the Muppet reacting to that noise? Maybe.
Oh my God.
Danny Haas, the Muppet.
He doesn't put words in his mouth.
I would never.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I find myself, I think I like that movie a little bit more each time, and it's funny. I feel like each time I watch The Dark Knight, I have like the opposite reaction where it, in very, very small degrees, it loses some of its luster each time I watch it. So
good night, folks.
I'm just nervous to continue watching this. Or maybe I have to like spread them out. Maybe once every 5 years, I can only watch it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. You don't want to overdo it. Danny, what did you watch? Anything you want to talk about?
Yeah. I mean, I watched one movie off of my hater journey. I watched Paper Moon, Peter Bogdanovich. I didn't star this one, Slim, per our addendum.
Thank you.
With Sarah Miller, because I feel like this would be a great time for the podcast to cover Paper Moon.
Oh.
Brian and Tatum O'Neal, father-daughter duo in this film, and they're fantastic. I said in my review, I shouldn't have read up on Ryan O'Neal before I went to log it because I was thrown off because he doesn't have a great history as a human being. But I couldn't get over him in this film. He has a look to where he doesn't feel like he's in the movie from the 70s. He looks more modern as a person. Like, like older films, people look old, different.
Mm-hmm.
He just felt like he was, I don't know. He fell out of place a bit for a movie from the 70s. Like he was this film felt like it was like filmed in the 2000s, but set in the 70s or whatever, or the 30s.
Oh, wow.
He just had a weird look. It just felt different. But it's a really fun movie. Pretty funny most of the time. It's really dry. And it's pretty heartwarming. I had a great time watching it. What was I don't remember what the theme was for that week.
Did we not talk about O'Neal? I just forgot we did.
We talked about him and Barry Lyndon. Yeah. We didn't talk about his history that much. But this week on Hater, that was for an Ari Aster recommendation week. So a movie that Ari Aster at some point would have recommended would be Paper Moon.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I watched another one from my Oscar history challenge that I'm also working on. I watched All Quiet on the Western Front, German film not German film. It's the Germans, but played by Americans post the Great War. Mm-hmm. Very good film. Very, very, very good film. I also did not star that per your request, Slim.
Our agreed upon legal.
Yeah, our legal binding document.
Document.
The thing is, I don't know if I would want to cover this one on 70mm. I feel like I would want to cover the Netflix one, the newer one. Yeah. Because this one, I didn't love the fact that the entire German army was played by American actors speaking American English. Because I just couldn't wrap my head around them being German the whole time. They felt very American. So
that's odd.
Still a great film.
I did watch F1. I saw the news that F1 was nominated for Best Picture, and I put my foot down and I fired that bad boy up on Apple TV, put my AirPods in. I needed to settle this. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I just don't think Brad Pitt works in the movie. I know he's was the producer. He really was working on it for years. I don't know. It's not my favorite Brad. Just felt like just Brad doing Brad. And maybe that's just him, but it didn't work for me in that role. I was honestly just thinking of Tom. Like Tom in the role.
You would have wished Tom would have been the role?
And then would this have been better if it was Tom? And then when are we getting the Days of Thunder sequel that's been rumored?
Rumors.
Because then that would just be that movie. I was also just
NASCAR
thinking,
is not F1, Slim. I need you to pump the brakes on that one.
Formula 2. I think that's what they call
NASCAR
NASCAR.
Is not F1.
I was also just thinking of Robert Redford. It just felt like he was doing Redford. Or how would I play this as Robert Redford would?
He's doing Redford.
But visually, it was really cool. I know that there's a lot of talk about the cameras that were built for it that Apple made and whatever. I'm not an F1 guy. I'm not a big racing guy. But it felt like there was a high level of corn in the movie, but that stuff worked for me in Maverick because I feel like Maverick still had like a similar amount of like corniness. But I feel like my nostalgia and love of Tom and those characters, like it somehow worked better for me in that one. Whereas in this one, I was less forgiving. Sorry.
Yeah, I could probably feel the same way about Brad, and I feel like I do love Tom more than Brad.
Agree. I didn't like Brad's short hair.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know if I can even pinpoint a performance of Brad's that I just kind of love.
Ocean's 11. World War Z.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
All right, let's move on.
I did actually, yeah, I liked him in Once Upon a Time.
Right.
I thought he was really good. I mean, he's doing a sequel to that movie, so
that also feels like Brad playing Brad.
It does.
So is this so this feels strange that it's nominated for Best Picture?
It doesn't feel like it's like worthy,
I don't feel
but I mean,
like
there's
it's worthy.
it's not like the first time that I have disagreed with a Best Picture nomination. You can go down the list. There's plenty of weird movies nominated. So It's not that big of a deal to me.
Yeah. It's odd. And I don't know why it's odd. It just feels odd.
But
I mean, it made a shit ton of money. So
I'm just so everyone's so happy for Apple. We're so happy for Apple that they are getting this nom.
Oh, it's an Apple movie.
It's an Apple movie.
Okay.
It's an Apple movie.
Okay. So happy for Apple. Happy for Apple.
One of the big.
How much money did they donate to the Oscars this year?
That's not for us to figure out.
You're right. We're not experts.
Legal
nor
has
do we
asked
care
us
that
to,
much.
They're doing the cut.
This is the most we've ever talked about Oscars anyway, so I think we should just fucking move on.
All right, let's move on to our movie here. Bicycle Thieves, 1948. Vittorio de Sica. Episode 295 in a series. We're almost at episode 300. First of all, we will be announcing the theme for March next week. Okay, folks. Episode 300 is the first episode of March. We'll be announcing it next week.
That's crazy.
We got some big things cooking.
That's crazy.
It's never been done. Proto, what's this movie all about?
Antonio lives in Rome after the Second Great War and is trying to find a job. He is finally offered a job hanging posters, but there is a catch. He will need a bicycle, which he unfortunately had pawned to pay for meals. However, his wife Maria won't let this opportunity slip away and pawns their bed sheets to repurchase Antonio's bike. All is right for Antonio until a thief steals his bike while he is working. Antonio's entire future rests on this bicycle, and he will scour all of Rome with his son Bruno in search of it. Bicycle Thieves.
Where was Oscar for Bruno? That's my question.
We don't talk
Little
about
Bruno. We'll get into it, bottom of the hour. I haven't prepped these two with this question, but if you were to add
oh my God.
one movie from an Italian director to your four faves, what would it be?
Can I search
What
by
would
Italian?
it be? I'll go first, since I have obviously
Thank you.
prepped for this. The Italians, they love horror. That's a well-known fact. Gallo movies.
That's a good pick.
Okay.
I would add Suspiria into my four faves.
Suspiria.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
That's good. That's real good.
Dario Argento, the
Right.
master.
The Master.
So that's what I would add into my four faves. I was also like thinking, what about like Italian American directors? But for right now, that doesn't count.
Okay.
You can't scam the list. Godfather,
scamming.
no Francis Ford Coppola.
Okay. All right.
No, it's Scorsese.
I'm talking about. I'm doing a hand thing. I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I'm
Real
talking about.
Italians.
I'm doing a hand thing right now.
So what are even my options? How do I even find what my options are? You want me
Google
to just pull
Italian
out-
director.
Oh my God. Of all the ones not to give us a warning for.
Yeah, that's so true. It's so true.
What are your
No
favorite
warning.
Italian horror movies? I'm sure there's something that pops up. Danny, what do you got?
I mean, I did come across. I I mean, I don't want to just say.
Didn't we just cover a movie from an Italian director?
Yeah, I mean, I said that I would put Sergio Leone's Once Upon a Time in the West in my top 4 for sure.
Okay.
But we also covered Cinema Paradiso, and I really love Paradiso. So Giuseppe.
Little Bruno.
Okay.
Tornatore. Is it Bruno as well? No, Alfredo. It would be a Sergio Leone. I would go Sergio Leone, and I would definitely do Once Upon a Time in the West. I fell in love with that film.
Holy smokes.
I'm going to go with Life is Beautiful from 1997. Have either of you seen this movie?
No.
Heard of it.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, this is, I think I've seen this twice. And each time I've seen this, I'm like, wow, this is a movie that I think everybody should see. It's about, in some ways, actually, while watching Bicycle Thieves, I think about this movie because it's about a father and son and dealing with Nazi occupation.
Okay. I'm listening.
And I don't really want to give any more.
Do the
away.
Nazis speak American? As you mentioned earlier.
Please, I gotta have my
Italian.
Nazis. Well, there's too many Nazis speaking American these days. So you need to put a stop to that.
Yes. But this, in the title, like that's what it's about. And kind of imagine, the horrors of that. But the title is Life is Beautiful. And within those horrors, finding the beauty within life. It really is a magical, beautiful story. I think it might have won Oscar.
I think you're right.
So that would be my pick.
This is number 67 on the all-time Letterboxd narrative features list. Life is Beautiful. I think that won pretty big at Oscar that year.
This gift.
Winner for Best Actor in a Leading Role.
That's him.
Roberto. And then
He also
nominated for Best Picture, nominated for Best Director, nominated for Writing and Screenplay, and nominated for Editing.
He was the director.
Also the music and foreign language film. Oh, it won for foreign language as well. Oh, it won for... Okay, I didn't know. Okay.
Just say it all.
Yeah, that's all of it. I apologize.
All right, so...
I mean, how many times has Best Picture also been Best Foreign Language?
You tell us. You got the page up.
Parasite.
I don't have the page up. I
dare you to tell us right now. Give us the facts.
Parasite did it a couple years ago.
Yeah, I'm just asking how many times it's happened that a Best Picture nominee has also been a Best Foreign Language nominee. But you know what? You guys are pressing me, and I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to bend to your will. Okay, I'm just asking questions.
Fine, let's move on.
I don't think I had ever heard of this movie before. This was a B pick of Danny's this month and eventually won the Patreon vote. Never heard of it. I've never heard of Italian neorealism. Again, we're not experts. We're blue collar guys out here. We get up in the morning to work every day, but we also podcast. Proto, had you heard of this ahead of time?
I had heard of this. I watched this back in 2020. I thought I watched this for a challenge of some kind. I would have thought this was the Criterion challenge, but no, it's not. I guess I was just trying to educate myself on Italian neorealism and put this on because this is a biggie. This is one of the big ones, folks.
Yeah, one of the biggies. Great list idea. The biggies.
The biggies. Never mind.
Danny, this was one of your suggestions. Yeah. So you had some information, some insider information yourself on this film.
Not insider information. So this movie I never heard of until Letterboxd, but not because of people logging it on Letterboxd. I saw this whenever Letterboxd would do a red carpet. Usually the older generation of actors, when they were giving their top 4s. Always someone, it just felt like I've heard Bicycle Thieves so many times, and it literally just happened today. I was watching Letterboxd through the red carpet, and Stellan Skarsgård literally says Bicycle Thieves is his top 4. I'm just like, this, it just feels like a movie that a generation of actors kind of loved And it's something I'd wanted to watch, but I think I pump my brakes when it's a foreign language because I can't just watch and do my job at the same time.
Right.
So it was nice to clear my schedule and watch Bicycle Thieves finally for the show.
Bicycle Thieves is number 169. Nice. On the Letterboxd Top 250. So we're getting, like we said, the biggies. Maybe we'll make our own list called the biggies. Canopy. Streaming on a few places: HBO Max, Amazon Prime, Canopy, Criterion, you name it. It's out there. Proto, why don't you start us off this week? What's at the top of your list for Bicycle Thieves?
I think my favorite thing about this movie is seeing Rome in the 1940s. Just the shots of the streets, the crowds of people. I'm curious as like how this was shot. You know, was this just kind of like guerrilla style? Like they just had a camera propped up and having them walk through the crowds? Because that's how it feels and looks. Like it all looks so natural. It looks like they just like had the cameras rolling on the street. The thing that I like, I was trying to Google to find out what the heck the tunnel that the bicycle thief,
My God,
when he takes the bike and Antonio hops on the car to go after, and they go towards this tunnel. I mean, it looks like you could fit the Empire State Building inside this tunnel. What is this tunnel? And he mentions at one point later on, like he says, Florida. Like, and I'm like, is that the name of the tunnel? Like, what is this tunnel? How do I discuss? Is this tunnel still there? Can I go to this tunnel? Because I feel like I've never seen a tunnel of this size.
Yeah.
And now I'm not an expert on tunnels. But I was just blown away by that and just seeing Rome at this time.
My God, yeah, it was, and it's like black and white, and I mean, it's all shot. You know, there's no, as far as I'm aware, I don't think there was any sets. You know, they're just filming in
all
Rome,
location.
Roma.
Yeah.
And it was pretty gorgeous. I've never been there, never been to Italy, maybe one day. But man, so many gorgeous shots. Just like I don't know what to call the like little side streets that you see where all those people are living, you know, where he chases the kid who he thinks steals his bike, and then like the 50 other dudes in that alley like gang up on him. And, you know, every house is so close together. They live in one room. But even like outside the stadium where all those bikes are set up, look like Disney. It's like, did Disney steal from Rome? How they set up all the little like strollers outside of the exhibits?
Yeah, maybe.
And they had like one cop watching all these bikes. Oh wow, Anna just posted, here's a blog of all the locations in the movie.
Okay.
But it also just made me like, yes, the locations are amazing. And then like those bikes outside of the arena, how are you even remembering which bike is yours? They all look, there's 900 bikes out there.
Thank you.
And they all look alike. Like, I don't know how there's just not generally mix-ups every day when people are getting those bikes.
Right. Like, why are we sealing the one that's by itself at a doorway?
It was too late. He didn't move fast enough. That was the only one option left.
One out of the 900 sitting there and act like it's yours.
Rookie mistake. He's never stolen a bike before.
It really was a rookie mistake. I was so pissed at him.
Have you ever been to Rome, Danny?
No, never been to Rome, never been to Italy. That's in Italy, right?
Correct.
No, I haven't been. I want to. And I think also it's one of the things I appreciated from this was I've seen Rome in film quite a bit, but this kind of shows Rome a lot more intimate. Not intimate, but like a different part of Rome that isn't touristy and more lived in with the families and, you know, what's going on post-war. I just really appreciated seeing this kind of side of it where I'm not having to be shown like these grand arches or cathedrals or the Colosseum or anything that we've seen Rome just because it'll photograph well. I mean, we're just seeing dark alleyways and, you know, tunnels that are 2 miles long,
right?
That are just interesting. And, you know, he captured this side of Rome quite well.
I mean, even that long hallway, I think at the church where the dudes were just getting haircuts.
Yeah.
That looked super rad. Danny, what's the top of your list?
One thing I would like to piggyback on locations was one thing I really liked as well is kind of traveling with the dad and the son as they look for the bike, but you get to peek into different kind of, areas of what is going on in post-war Rome, where you get to see like them crammed inside of a church, or the fortune teller, or the brothel, or you see inside his house. Like there's these little pockets of kind of story being told outside of what is a simple story of just some guy trying to find his bike being stolen. But the story is kind of like surrounding the simple story. I kind of really enjoyed watching, seeing all the places he ended up kind of looking at, just different things happening around him at the time, seeing the market where they're reselling all these parts for bikes, which was just kind of eye candy most of the time, just these locations. So that's something I really enjoyed about the film. I thought just being able to kind of sit with, the guys in the theater, that's like an underground theater where they're practicing a play, or them lining up and trying to figure out work. It was just kind of cool to see in a story where I feel like a lot of it kind of didn't matter. It was just kind of more watching the surroundings of this kind of war-torn Rome, not war-torn, but, picking up the pieces and moving on.
Yeah, I like the interactions that he had with the police officers and like the cops that would come back in, and like just how it felt like a different relationship with police than like what I experience, or I think what the general population experiences now. Like where now it's like, if I have an interaction with a police officer, it's like, I've never seen this person before in my life. I have no idea what to expect. They might even live in my town, but it's just like, I just don't know them. Like I don't interact with them. But the way like, and maybe it was like this in the US at one point too, where you had like communities, and like you would have a police officer who would be on the street, like walking around, and you would know them by name, and like he would be a part of the community. I just really like that interaction that they had at the end, where he's accusing the kid of being the thief, and the police officer's like trying to like reason with him, like, dude, this might be the guy, but like, you don't have any witnesses, like, look where you are. And he's like really giving him good advice in that moment. Yeah. He's like, this sucks for you, but like, there's nothing I can do. Like, you don't have any proof. So I found that was like interesting. Also, like when they were looking for his bike, and they're like, the cop comes over and he checks the serial number for him. And like, he's like doing all the small things and kind of just trying to like work out these problems. I thought that was like a cool insight into what it might have been like to interact with them.
Yeah. Also him, like he gets so upset when he files the police report, because they essentially like can't really do anything. And he's like, why am I even doing this? And he's like, well, if something comes up, you can just reference that you filed this police report. And I never thought of it that way. Yeah. Because it comes into play where he shows the cop like the police report when he wants to see this guy's bike, and he thinks that is his bike. And he's like, well, I'm not just going to look at it. And he's like, well, I filed a police report, and here's a copy. And he's like, oh, all right. Well, I guess I will just ask this guy some more questions. Like, I've never seen that play out before. It was kind of bizarre. But also, like, war-torn Rome, like, the movie starts out with him getting a job offer because he has a bike, and this, like, poster hanging company needs people to move around town and hang posters. This is going to be one of the stupidest things I've ever said in the show, but the start of this movie is almost exactly like Hard Target starring Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Jesus.
In the bayou.
God.
So that's the first thing I thought of when this movie was on.
Okay.
But, he pawned his bike. He has to get it back, so they sell their sheets, and he gets the job. And it's like, I guess overall my point is like, this movie is just like so devastating, because they think they're like finally comfortable. Like we don't have to worry anymore. I got this job, We're going to get a stipend. I have a recurring pay. Life is looking up. And then the bike gets stolen. And I was like, God damn it. Like I knew that like this happened in the movie, but you just like feel terrible. Like, you know, you want this family to succeed. And it's funny because like as soon as it happened, I did have the inkling like maybe this kid needed the bike just as bad as he did because of like the time period. And that obviously like comes into play later in the movie when he is then forced to make like the same decision, presumably that the kid did that made his bike. But it's just like, and then at the end of the movie, you're kind of just like back to where you started. And it's just like hard to grapple with. Like at the end of there's no like positive end to the movie. Like it's not just like roses because this kid, Bruno, sees his dad make this like impossible decision to try to feed his family. So then he also tries to steal a bike. And that scene is just like incredible. Like him for what felt like an eternity, making it, trying to determine, am I about to steal a bike? Like, do I now have to make that same decision happen? And he makes the decision. Like the guy sees him steal the bike almost instantly. And I was like, no, I wrote no in caps like Darth Vader at the end of Return of the Jedi. But even worse than that, like his son sees him get caught up by that mob. And, you know, his life is just essentially changed probably forever at that point. And his dad starts like crying on the walk back home. And then the movie ends. It's like, WTF.
Yeah, no happy
ending. It's
ending.
just so brutal. It's probably the most, I mean, I can't think of a, off the bat, a more devastating movie than I've seen recently, but the situation, the time period, what these families went through on a daily basis, I don't know. Like, I honestly didn't even know what to think at the end of this movie. Proto, how did you feel overall about that stuff?
Well, what you're saying about like what he's going through and like it does feel like the smile on his face when he has the job and he has the bicycle and he has like puts the hat on and he's going to work for the first day. Like you can just see like the joy and like all that represents that like I can care for my family. Like we'll have money to pay for food. Like we can stay where we are. We can pay rent or whatever. And just like the peace of mind that can give you. And man, it lays it on hard because I feel like, you know, everyone at some point you deal with the financial dread, right? Most people and like the burden of paying bills and the way that feels on a daily basis. Like if you know, like your paycheck isn't going to cut it, like you just like, it is like a physical manifestation in your body. And that feeling is like one of the worst things in life. And and so many people walk around with it all the time and like for large periods of their lives. And how much worse is it when you have to provide for other people too? And it's like, all I want to do is like feed my kid, you know, 3 times a day. And the idea that you're like looking in this guy and he has like this worried look in his face because he can't do that. And you're looking at it for the whole runtime of this movie. Man, it's brutal. And it just like reminds you of like that feeling and how terrible it can be.
When you have all that. And then you bring in the fact that this whole time he's also walking around with Bruno, his son. And you're seeing Bruno also not like taking on, I mean, I guess maybe to a point where he's taking on the weight of needing to help his father so that his father can provide. So there's like an impossible weight also put on the son who's all of 6 years old, maybe. And so there's the father aspect that really was like the main catalyst for me kind of feeling any emotion for this film.
There's also an epilogue for this where Bruno goes to the U.S., changes his name, Vito Corleone.
Stupid. Don Bruno.
Son Bruno.
I mean, this kid, maybe the most well-behaved kid in history. He's out with his dad all
Right.
day, like, I don't know, like long days looking for this bike. I mean, if that was any other kid in our lives at that age, my God, that would be hell on earth.
Hell on earth.
Absolute hell on earth. You haven't used the bathroom. I'm tired, yada, yada, yada. And we got Bruno out here. And then he's like working for pennies at the gas station
Right.
while his
Yeah.
dad goes to work.
He's got a
Yeah.
job.
Like, he has a job, this kid.
His little coveralls. It was fantastic.
That was so adorable when he's like working on the bike in the
Yeah.
coveralls with his dad. Oh my God, that was amazing.
With his scarf.
Yeah. When he falls in the puddle
Oh my gosh.
and then gets under and he's like, I'm soaking wet. Like if that happened to one of my sons, like he would just be like a limp body for the next like 8 hours. Like I would have to just carry him everywhere.
Yeah. Also probably crying at the top of their lungs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Bruno is like wiping himself down. He's like pissed off that he fell in the water or is covered in water. He's
Yeah.
like, I gotta
The
handle
look-
this. Give me a minute.
his dad like says like, what happened? He like points like at the puddle. He's like, I fell in the water.
Yes.
He didn't see.
Yeah, just
man.
crazy stuff for Bruno. I love Bruno. I love, at the end, he goes and gets that cop that we referenced earlier to help his dad. I mean, who knows what would have happened to the dad if that cop didn't turn the corner real quick.
Yeah.
In that mob. I mean, also like the dad, I guess part of Italian neorealism was, using real locations, but using real people. Like this guy wasn't an actor before this movie. I think he was like a factory worker and he got chosen for this movie. Taking that into consideration, that's wild to me. I mean, because that last like decision-making scene is pretty nuts to just put on, a non-actor. Pretty great stuff.
Yeah.
Proto next on your list?
I guess I didn't notice it as much maybe the first time, but this time I did. Just the way the relationship between the father and Bruno as this movie goes on, how it seems like it gets more and more like reckless almost, where his desperation to solve this and get his bike back leads more and more to like the detriment of Bruno, to the point where at the end, the kid almost gets run over like 3 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And it's just like Antonio is almost like acting like he's not even there.
Yeah.
Like he is forgetting about his son. And it's like this, it's like his life is tied to this bicycle. And I think that's kind of like a great depiction of this like desperation, that he's losing sight of like the more important thing of like his own son. It's like what if he did get his bicycle back, but his son got hit by a car? Then it's like, was this worth it? So I just thought that was like some really great like storytelling just by showing it. Like you didn't have to say it. Like there was no character like, hey, your son's almost got run over. They just kept doing that, where Antonio runs off and then Bruno is just like doing what he can to catch up. So I thought that did a great job of just like conveying that as the story went on of Antonio kind of losing sight of what was important.
I mean, if he doesn't get the bike back, like what is the future for this family? There's so many people looking for jobs at the start of this movie.
Yeah.
With like, with actual like skills or trades. But I mean, I don't know. Like what happens to this family if they don't get a job? I mean, they're getting scraps to eat.
Yeah.
They have like this house or this like this apartment, which actually looked pretty big. But I don't know if that was like given by the government or something, or they still had it pre-war. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought like also, wouldn't you maybe ask like family or friends, like there's no one you could borrow a bike from who doesn't have a job? Maybe it still has a bike, but not a job.
It's
A plot hole or two.
Yeah.
I mean, if maybe it's the same, like I guess modern day would be like a car. I don't know. Like you can only get a job if you have a car.
I mean, it did seem like at the time, like this was the mode of transportation.
Yeah.
Bicycling.
I think it has to still be probably the primary mode of transportation.
Maybe. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, that scene where when he sets off for work with Bruno on the bike is magic. They're so adorable. Riding to work with everybody.
Yeah. Mm.
Such a great shot.
Yeah, like you could say like, hey, I need a job, but I need a car. I have a job, but I need a car. Can I borrow yours for a little while? Your family would be like, doesn't work for me.
It's going to get stolen.
I know. At one point when like his bike gets stolen, I was like, why didn't his new bosses kind of just give him a warning? Like, hey, heads up. Make sure your bike doesn't get stolen.
Strap it to your ladder or something.
I don't know. Yeah, strap something to your bike. Or maybe hold on to it if
you're
you
in a place called Florida. It's going to be bad.
How about the one he gets like the training? It's like one poster, and the guy just goes on to do his job. Shows him one time. Yeah. You got it. I'm out of here. See you, buddy.
Here's how to put up a Rita Hayworth poster.
Remember posters? I just like that was another thing to like, man, this isn't really a thing.
If I saw somebody plastering a poster to a wall in a city, I'd probably just have to stop and stare because it's like never see that.
Yeah. Didn't we talk about on the show about how like wallpaper was coming back? Is that still current? Is wallpaper back?
It's so hot right now.
It's still pretty hot. I'm considering it again.
You're considering it?
I mean, I put wallpaper up a while ago in our kitchen, little nook in our kitchen, but I might do some more. You know?
Josh asks, are there no posters in American streets? I guess maybe like New York.
No,
New York still has them. Kind of like how they're putting up in this film, but not in Florida. We don't have anything like this.
They don't even have walls.
Yeah, we can barely get walls up.
Just swamp and gators. Or crocs.
Yeah.
Is it a croc or a gator?
We don't have crocodiles.
What's the difference?
Africa and Florida.
I guess that's a pretty big difference.
I think we do get saltwater crocs, actually, that swim up from somewhere.
Danny, next on your list.
There's a scene in this that I thought was pretty great, and then it also confused me. So when he and Bruno have kind of got to the point where they need lunch, and he's like, let's get pizza. And they go into this place where he gets a full bottle of wine for him and Bruno to drink. Bruno's drinking wine at this point. And I love the kind of interplay between the two like different levels of class in this restaurant where they're having their lunch, but it's, on their kind of budget. And then you look over and it's another family who is wealthy and they're ordering everything and they're eating it proper. And Bruno gets the mozzarella sandwich, which looked incredible.
My God.
I mean, can I get a mozzarella sandwich, please? Mm-hmm. And I just kind of liked him looking back at whatever he was kind of taking from the upper class people eating, and his dad telling him, eat it however he wants or something. I thought it was kind of adorable. Then I'm like, how much is this lunch and how much is the cost of a bike? He bought a full bottle of wine.
Cost of a bottle of wine compared to a bicycle.
And 2 lunches at this restaurant that apparently is fancy enough for upper class people. How much is a used bike in Rome at this point? Could you have bought a new bike with whatever cash?
I feel like a used bike is still pretty expensive today. Probably a couple $100, right?
I mean, a used bike? I think you could still get a used bike for under $100.
Right? That's like a bottle of wine.
I mean, if you're in Rome, I feel like
where do you have all this money all of a sudden to buy a lunch like this? Well, then I thought it was going to dine and dash.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I thought he was going to do.
I thought that like he didn't have the money. Well, no, he has the money, but he shouldn't have spent it that way. Yeah, that was like...
That's like their life savings.
He was losing his mind at that point, and he just needed like some happiness. So he got 2 sandwiches and a bottle of wine.
Just buy a new bike.
How about him also asking Bruno to start taking down notes? Bruno got his little pen and paper.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
This kid.
This kid's the best.
He's going to be the president of Rome. I can feel it. Let's see. I mean, people wearing suits. I don't think we've exhausted my top 3, but some of my menchies still wearing a suit. Everyone wearing a suit.
Everyone
Slacks,
wearing a suit.
Dress shirt.
What's the temp in Rome? Christ alive.
What's the temp? Oh my God. Did this kid just go to work? Question mark? The bus ride line.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I wanted him getting in the bus line after his bike was stolen, I think.
Jeez.
Oh my god, I can't. I mean, needle in a haystack looking for that bike in Rome. They all look identical in black and white, at least.
Right.
It's like everyone has the same bike.
I didn't think about that. Black and white really does hurt that.
Yeah. Maybe there were different colors back then. Who knows? I honestly wanted him to beat that old man's butt. Like when he
Which
wouldn't
one?
share the information at the time.
In church?
You know, I understand like now, like looking back, I just feel like the kid probably needed to feed his family or whatever. Like he probably pawned it off. He was bringing water to the old man, right? And the old man was bringing that to the church. So maybe that's the reason why he needed the bike. But at the time I was like, just beat this old man's ass, get the information from him and get this bike back. But yeah, that whole scene, I mean, that was a long scene, him like trying to interrogate the old man in the church.
Yeah. But with that, the old man does give him a location and like an apartment number. Did Antonio just think he was making that up?
Yeah, I don't know why that didn't lead to anything necessarily.
Right. Because then they don't go there, right?
No.
Isn't that where he finds him though?
But only because he chased him.
Yeah.
Remember, he saw him
that's
again
right.
and he runs
saw him
after him.
again.
Yeah, that whole scene at the church is really rough. Like him, you can see that's like really when he starts like kind of losing it. Like he's getting pissed off loud at church.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no-no. Yeah. He tells his son, let's get drunk.
Respect.
I wrote this down. What more could you ask for? I feel like that's a quote from him at that table. How about this woman too that's like taking money from the women in town and making like he's like
the fortune
holy
teller.
one.
Yeah, the fortune teller.
The oracle.
Matrix homage. Yeah, pretty crazy. She also like wouldn't touch the money when they handed it over to her. Her like assistant had to touch the money beneath her.
That's a great racket in a depression.
Big time.
My God. Am I?
Pro, next on your list?
How about the size of the money when they're at the pawn shop?
Gigantic.
8x10. Copy paper.
Talk about poster size. These bills are huge.
What kind of pawn shop is that, though?
Yeah, and like, who has all this money?
That warehouse for sheets alone. He climbed like 4 stories to put a bag of sheets up there.
All the wealth stored in that pawn shop.
That was like Bailey's Bank from It's a Wonderful Life.
So true. The shots in the rain when they're riding in the truck, I thought those were really interesting. Like, I couldn't tell what was happening in those shots. At least like the first one. I mean, when they're inside, it's like clearly it looked like, there's something recorded behind them. It's not really raining outside. Maybe that might have been like one of the few shots that was like not on location. But I just thought those looked kind of crazy. The way they were shot with the water coming through in the truck. Oh yeah, the holy one oracle woman scene. Yeah, that's such an interesting scene, especially because at the beginning his wife goes there and he kind of mocks her, like, why are you going here? Why are you wasting your money? But then at the end, like in his desperation, he does the same thing. He goes, and she basically tells him that he's not going to find it. Like he's not going to get his bike. And I think in that moment, like he believes it. And he knows at that point he needs like a different solution. But the only solution he can think of is that he needs another bike. Like there's nothing outside of that. There's no other way. Like we were talking about, like, could he ask somebody? Could he maybe, borrow a bike? Could maybe his boss would like find someone to loan him a bike, or there's some other solution, but like he does not see any other way other than stealing it. So I feel like in that moment, like that's when he makes the decision that he's going to steal the bike.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was interesting, but yeah, that's pretty much all my notes as well.
Let's hear it. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts on Bicycle Thieves. I've seen a couple Italian neorealism, and I got to be honest, I think I struggle with them because like I love the on location shots, but I think the way these stories are told and like there's not really a lot to it. I find myself like struggling to stay engaged entirely because it I don't know. There's just something so loose about the storytelling. Like I've also watched Roberto Rossellini's some of his movies. I watched Rome Open City and Paysan, which are two movies like a similar cloth. And yeah, I just like really struggled with those, with how the stories are told. So I don't really have the greatest time, but I do appreciate everything that goes into this movie and its importance. I'm at 3 stars for Bicycle Thieves.
3
So
stars.
I did some Googling real quick.
Okay.
A bike in Rome in 1947 would cost 10 to 15,000 lira.
What does that mean?
Wow.
I think she sold her sheets for
7,500
lira.
And he got the bike. I think it was.
I think he was
6,100.
only making 12,000 lira a month from that job, he said.
All right, 10,000 lira to USD is $230.
Whew, there you go. It's just expensive.
Dang, so I was right pretty much with my pricing.
So then a bike would have been like 1 month's salary. Something to think about. 20,000 lira for a bottle of wine. So I was right.
Jash in chat points out how this is on many all-time lists. There was something I wrote down. Bicycle Thieves received an Academy Honorary Award, Most Outstanding Foreign Language Film in 1950, and in 1952 it was deemed the greatest film of all time by Sight and Sound magazine's poll of filmmakers and critics.
Holy cow, Sight and Sound. Relax. I'm in the same boat as Proto. I like the visuals of this film. I like the traveling around Rome. I don't love the story. Like I'm a little bit bored for a lot of it. And I can figure out why. Maybe it's too simple. But I'm not getting like, I really wasn't getting super emotional watching it. I did love Bruno, but I don't know. I'm at 3 stars as well. I think this is a good film. Best film of all time. Sight and Sound, relax.
I mean, it was 1952.
Yeah, what are they doing back then?
There was a lot that hadn't been made.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I personally can see why it's at the top of these lists, especially at the time, like in the early 50s. And for a while, I can see how this probably really blew people away. I don't know. I find the whole thing just pretty, I mean, emotionally draining. I can't imagine what people of this era or even today's era, day to day, I can't afford food. So what are we doing? I'm at 4 stars.
There you go.
I thought the ending really just knocked me over. I was pretty attached to the movie the whole time. And I thought him coming full circle and having to realize that like, now I have to steal a bike. Now I'm doing what just happened to me. It's just so crazy. And seeing his son witness him cry. I mean, in 1948, it's game over.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Fathers don't cry in 1948.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They barely cry now.
Haven't invented that yet.
No. So there you have it.
Yeah, the ending is powerful. I think it's the best part of the movie.
Thank God that guy didn't want to press charges. The old man that he stole the bike from. Like he saw what was happening there.
What mercy. Yeah, we're all just
Golly.
everyone's just trying to get by. He saw through it.
I wonder if that old man would have sold his bike. You know?
Yeah.
How much? Pops?
Right.
What is it going to take?
Can I rent it?
Layaway. Can we put on
It's
layaway?
time to bring back layaway.
God, layaway. That was so huge. Layaway is essentially just PayPal paying for.
You're right.
Layaway is back. PayPal has screwed me. I'm so deep in layaway right now.
Mm-hmm. We know.
We know.
All right, so that is 70mm Goes International wrapped up. Next week is going to be, as Danny mentioned at the top of the show, we will be celebrating Black History Month with Ryan Coogler's Black Panther. Shocking pick. Proto and I did not see it coming.
Blindsided.
We were not ready.
Once again.
Long live the king. I don't know if I need to really give a synopsis for Black Panther. It's streaming on Disney Plus if you have that. If you have a library, if you have a Blu-ray disc, you can get that too. I'm excited. To watch what I would presume is a 4K copy of this movie for the first time. Well, I just looked at the cast. Are you ready for this?
Say it.
The King, Andy Serkis.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, does he
Back
play the
on the
Panther?
Back on the show again. Proto, any closing thoughts this week?
Closing thoughts. Just a personal announcement.
Okay.
I'm back on Apple TV.
Oh.
I'm back. I got my Samsung frame. It's wearing a little thin. Okay, the built-in TV apps, they're chugging a little bit. And I thought,
you got a physical Apple TV?
I've had a physical Apple TV.
Okay.
I've had it a couple of years now, but it's been laying dormant. And I thought, you know what? Let me see if I can squeeze my Apple TV box into my media console that I installed into my drywall.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I could not. I actually had to cut a hole because in my brilliance at the time, I thought, I won't need the large size media console. I can get the small size. Well, that small size happens to be about a half inch too small to fit my Samsung box and the Apple TV. So I had to cut a hole, but we got it in there. It's all snug. And have you guys seen this? You can turn your phone into a remote.
Okay. All right. Cut the stream.
Is this the greatest invention of our lifetimes?
Oh my God.
I'm in heaven right now. Back on Apple TV.
$70mm is a tape deck production featuring original artwork provided by Danny Haas, spiritual guidance and top secret movie insider information provided by Protolexis, producer at large Dale_A, and main feed music composed by Cinematrix. Prints and other merch are available on 70mmpod.com. This episode was mixed, edited, and produced by me, Slim. Support our Patreon for access to longer, uncut episodes, our VHS Village Discord to talk movies with new friends, access to exclusive episodes from the 70mm vault, discounts on merch, and a physical membership card mailed to you. To check out other Tape Deck podcasts, find the link in our episode notes. We're on Instagram, but that's about it. Goodbye.
This is a Tape Deck podcast.